just dropped my flipping glasses. Hey people, it's me again. It's House Baby in the building. Okay, I'm gonna actually record the video I wanted to record, but I want to record it on my iPad, guys. I want to show you guys the quality. It's really like old, so well, it's not that old, but it's old-ish. And okay, see you in the house. Do we like the iPad quality? I don't know, but I'm going to film on it anyways. Gosh, I look so tired. I've literally just been working non-stop. Anyways, guys, today it's a random video because I wanted to share some thoughts about my favourite quote. It's such a like cliche quote. It's used for a field of work as well as day-to-day life, or I use it at least. And the quote is, "Every contact leaves a trace." The quote actually originated from this man called Locard. I think that's how you say it, Locard, one of the two. And he basically said, if two things come into contact, they obviously leave a trace behind, like each of them would leave a trace behind. And I find that's like so interesting. Like I feel that so deeply only because any sort of interaction I have with anybody, I promise you I will always remember it. Like I may not even remember the person's name, their face, their whatever, but I'll always remember how it made me feel, or like what we spoke about, or you know, how I made them feel, because some people do tell me. The reason why obviously it resonates with me educationally is because I study forensic investigation, but it has a different name now. So obviously that quote will always come up, every contact leaves a trace, because if someone commits a crime, they are eventually going to be found. Like it's obviously really rare to commit the perfect crime where you've not left fibres, you've not done this. By the way, one of my lecturers told me if you ever wanted to commit a crime, wear silk because that doesn't shed anything. She's such a like nonchalant lecturer, and I need you to be chalant. Like I'm trying to learn. Anyways, anything I go and touch now, it will leave a trace. If I go and touch evidence and I leave my print on there, I could be incriminated because I should have worn gloves. I should have, you know, got the necessary procedures to actually collect the evidence, because now I might be implicated. Because every contact leaves a trace. Forget the actual forensic side of it. Think about real life. Like when you meet someone, they make you feel a certain way, you make them feel a certain way, or you converse and then they can go home and be thinking about it, or they have said something and you feel upset, maybe you be thinking about it. So that contact that you have, it does leave a trace, no matter how big, no matter how small. Like every person I let into my life, it will leave a trace because it can shape the way I live my life, you know. Let's say future partner, or like kids and all of that. Like every single thing I do in my life will lead up to another point in my life. Like every action I take, every action you take, the words I say, the words you say, it will always leave some sort of print on somebody or something, whether that be physical, emotional, like digital, literally whichever. Like we might not even realize it, and like I just find that so cool. Like so many times I've literally reflected and been like, I remember when this person said to me, and sometimes I don't even remember the person as much. Like even the energy that we bring into a space will influence others without us or even them realizing it, if that makes sense. So like if I come into a room a certain way, let's say I'm just not in a good mood, it will have an effect on others around me. And same like vice versa. Like if I'm in a good mood and someone comes with like, you know, a burden, let's say, you know, I want to help that person out. Now the burden is kind of shared, and like we've left that trace between each other because your problem is now our problem. Well, I like to think of it that way. Some people don't like to take other problems. My sister doesn't. Just like in forensics, guys, tiny pieces of evidence can solve a whole big crime. Like, do you know what I mean? So like imagine now the way we interact with each other, that can also affect relationships and all of our experiences within life. Like every contact leaves a trace, like literally. So guys, please, small gestures of kindness or just some sort of compassion will actually heal the world, guys. I'm not gonna lie, when I was 13, 14, I wasn't the happiest bunny all the time. Like I was a bit more on the like, you know, don't talk to me, don't do this, da da da. And to be fair, like I'm completely like getting out of that now. But like I probably had effects on people that I don't even remember, but they might. Do you know what I mean? So let's say I said something mean to someone or something when I was younger, it will always probably sit with them. Maybe not. Sometimes it doesn't sit with people. Some people don't like to like reflect and they don't think deeply about things the way I do. But guys, small gestures of kindness, speaking to that homeless person, literally just sometimes even smiling. Guys, I'm actually smiling way more now, like way more. There was a guy at on my shift yesterday, like it was a fan because it was a shift at Cambridge United Football Club, right? But I don't know, that's a whole other thing. I'm not going back to that job, I don't think. Anyways, I was obviously stewarding, and he came over to me, we had a conversation, and he was like to me at the end, I like that smile, that was it. He said, I like that smile, and I woke up trying to remember his face or like remember his name. I just couldn't, but I do remember how it made me feel, because I was actually quite happy, because usually I get told, you know, I have rest in peace red face, and like I don't look approachable, and yada yada yada, which I've tried to change, but not gonna lie guys, I'm not gonna smile with the air. But like, again, I am trying to be more smiley and look more like, well, actually no, don't approach me. Actually, I don't know. But I remember the whole conversation. Like, I remember his face-ish. Like, he had like a round face. He was a white British man. Like, that's what I remember though. Like, there was quite a few like people there that looked very similar, like middle-aged or like granddad kind of age guys. And yeah, everything I put into my body will leave a trace. Everything you put into your body will leave a trace. So if you are drinking alcohol, that will leave a trace. It's going to make you, you know, probably wake up hungover, or you're going to act a different way. You're going to be more sociable. You might not be more sociable. Who knows? But guys, to end the session here, I just think everybody should be nice to each other, and this planet will be a much nicer place to live in. And yeah, I think the actual reason why there's so many problems in this world is because we don't talk to each other enough. Especially when everything's online now, we do not talk to each other enough. And I noticed that because I was really struggling and I had nobody to talk to. And I'm good with dealing with my emotions, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's actually nice to blow off some steam. And I started doing that, like let's say on my notes, I'll just write down how I feel and stuff, right? So it does kind of let go of whatever I was holding in my chest. I'm kind of mugging, but like not at the same time, because I look really tired. My eye bags are quite heavy and my skin is kind of freaking out. But it's okay, because every contact leaves a trace. Okay, that made no sense. But genuinely guys, please be nice. Be nice to each other. It's actually okay to be a nice person. It's not wet. You're not any better by being a rude person. Especially if you're flippin' sexy. Like, you can be so ugly by having an ugly personality. Whether you're seen or you're not seen, it will always come back to you, whether that be good or bad karma. Like, it will always come back to you. So please, for the love of God, for the love of the universe, whether you're religious or not, act with kindness and responsibility. Okay, actually, bye guys. Please be kind, be safe, be positive. I know it's hard, it's easier said than done, but guys, it's an evil world we live in. So please play your part and be nice, okay? I'm actually gonna go now. I need to go and buy a de-icer for my car. And goodbye. Okay.
Sorry.